So I'm making this video mostly for my friends. Tell you guys what I've got going on here. This is my nursery. Let me back up a bit. So I put the tarp down to keep the weeds down. And you can see it's inside my fence here where the dog runs. But then I've got the plants inside of a fence. My little pallet gate there. So my thought was I wanted to protect the plants from the deer, and by putting it inside the fence where the dog runs, it's protected from the deer. But my dog likes to chase frogs and chipmunks, and he likes to kill snakes. He kills a couple snakes a year, just little garter snakes, poor little guys. So I needed to protect the plants from the dog. I had this fence laying around. It was actually left with the house. So I just put this up to protect the plants from the dog. So in the 1 gallon pots here, those green pots you see right there, I've got everything that I'm planning on selling. It's going to be $14 or 3 for $30 on those. And then got random pots here, a bunch of random pots that I just had laying around, random sizes. Put 2 in that one. Those are the ones I'm keeping. I'm keeping those plants as stock plants. So I've got green giant arborvitae in here. Right here in front is Minnesota mock orange. Got some butterfly bush right here. It's a pretty plant. There's some boxwood, there's some sage, cardinal red osier dogwood is in there, neon flash spirea, some really nice plants. This big guy here, that's a horseradish. That's a horseradish. Over here I got a couple pawpaws. Those are mine. I'll plant them before the fall. One for pollen. You need 2 separate varieties for pollination. Here I've got some raspberries. I dug those up. These are separate because basically I bought the wrong potting mix. This is a bag stuff you get at the hardware store. I think it's good for your houseplants where you can really control the water. It gets really sopping wet, soaks up a lot of water. In the spring and the fall, I had a problem this spring. It was just too wet this spring, and I lost a bunch of plants to root rot because of this stuff. But it's what I had when I was digging up raspberries. I got some other stuff instead now. So that's those raspberries are, what are they? Canby thornless raspberries. Now here I've got my propagation bed. I had to protect it from the dog here. Didn't have this on originally, but he decided he was gonna hop over it to get into the propagation bed filled with grass right now. There's nothing in here. I used it. You can see I stuck a bunch of sticks in there to propagate. I found out later that most of those had no chance of growing roots. Most were fruit trees, and trees really don't root well. So there's a little play structure. So I'll come over here, tell you my plans. I'm going to move that propagation bed right over here in the shade. Got this tree here, the tree I just passed. And then on 10 feet either side of this tree here, on this side, that side, I'm gonna get some real legit like nursery fabric. It's like the tarp, but water will go through it. And I'm gonna go 10 feet on either side of this tree, so then I'll have a full sun option a little bit further out there. And I'll go from this fence to, there's an electric fence right on the other side of that pine tree by the propane tank. I'll go that whole distance with it, and then I'm gonna have people come up browse and buy there. And then I'll set up the sprinkler system. That's where everything will be. Use this little wagon to help me out. That trailer, I towed that down to the road, and that's how I was selling. I did one sale so far, sold $150 worth of plants. Wasn't as nice as I was hoping, but as you can see, I've got the YouTube channel now, I got the Facebook now, got my own little website blog thing, so that's good. Right over here, got another propagation bed that I built, and these are just filled with sand. This is just regular cheap sand, whatever cheap sand you can get, bags or bulk. Let's take a look at the sunset over here. Let's see, hopefully that comes through on the phone well. It's a nice sunset. Well, that is my nursery. Hopefully I'll be successful with it. I'm certainly going to work hard at it. That's my new the new potting mix right there, a big pile of it. So thanks guys for watching. Hope to see you guys soon.